Hi folks, how you doing? This is Iqbal with NVIDIA weekly analysis and assessment. And you see that the market sell-off is still active. Nothing much we can do at this point. Things are not in our control. And also next week is big. April the 2nd, the Liberation Day. Are you guys excited? Please write in the comment section. More tariffs will be announced on April the 2nd. And more volatility and more sell-offs probably you might expect early next week, in my opinion. But I heard some people are saying that market should start recovering after April the 2nd, because after that we'll have the clear picture what tariffs gonna be announced and what could be the impact. But I still disagree because I think that this tariff war is not gonna stop next week. It will take more time to get more clarity about the tariffs and the new tariffs and the reciprocal tariffs and the retaliatory tariff. Okay, so this chain I think will continue for some time. So if you take a look last 5 days or last week, Nvidia was down about 8.51%. 1 month 12.21%. Year to date is still down about 20%. And also the overall market, all three major indices also under pressure. For example, S&P down about 1.97%, Dow Jones down about 1.69%, and Nasdaq down about 2.70%. And if you talk about the technical charts, as you see the Fibonacci levels on your screen, the next level of support was 101.56. And as I mentioned in my previous videos, this 101.56 is a very strong support level. Let's see if market is able to break a 101 level next week or not. It will be interesting to see. But at the same time, there is a possibility that Nvidia might make some recovery if the new tariffs that are going to be announced on April 2nd are not that bad, or market overreacted last week regarding the new tariffs. And if some settlement happens before the April 2nd between the US and other countries, that will also be a good news for the market, and you might see some recovery next week. So technical charts overall does not help in this kind of situation when things are uncertain and the external factors are controlling the market. But still, Fibonacci levels sometimes give us some idea about the buying or selling points, even in this kind of uncertain situation. And regarding the news about Nvidia and overall market, as you see on your screen, there are some positives and some negative news regarding Nvidia and overall market. For example, this one that's positive, that says Nvidia CEO says tariff will not have material near-term impact. So that's a good thing, right? So in the near term, we should not see any revenue or margin impact due to these tariffs on Nvidia. At least I guess until the next earnings. Another one regarding Nvidia is this one that says Nvidia stock rebounds. How Trump could end the AI chip slump. Let's open it. So here it says Nvidia stock was edging higher Tuesday, giving investors hope that artificial intelligence chip makers' horror start to the week will not extend into a second session. I guess this news looks to me old because they're talking about Tuesday. But let's ignore this news. Now, scrolling down further, let's take a look. This one that says Nvidia stock falls. Two things hitting shares of the AI chip maker today. Barons.com. Let's open it. So it says that inflation worries were weighing on the broader market while an initial public offerings and geopolitical concern were also weighing on Nvidia shares. The stock was down about 1.4%, while S&P 500 were off 1.5% as well. But the Bank of America securities analyst is positive about Nvidia's future. For example, it says here Arya, the analyst from BOA Securities, he says that the sell-offs provide the chance to buy Nvidia stock at a rare discount. He kept a buy rating and $200 target price on the stock. But I'm not sure how long will it take Nvidia to reach $200, at least not in the short term. So his rationale behind this price target is this one that says once the geopolitical concerns are sized and priced, we expect Nvidia to recover, much like a relative recovery we have seen in semi cap stocks this year once China exposure was reflected in wafer fab equipment spending. Meanwhile, we believe the stock is providing a particularly attractive opportunity. So that makes sense, once this tariff thing and other stuff get priced in the overall market price, then we might see some recovery, but we don't know when, right? This tariff war may continue next few weeks or it may continue next few months as well. And now this one, and that's negative, and that says stocks had a bumpy quarter. Why Trump's trade war will make things worse, and five other things to know today. So, in their opinion, the trade war will make things worse versus make things better. Scrolling down further, that's one interest. So this one looks interesting. That says tariff fears and ease in demand hype slows semiconductor expansion. Let's open it. So it says that leading chip maker and packagers, including Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing and Intel Corp, has slowed the pace of their expansion in Japan and Malaysia due to weaker demand for older chips and tariff uncertainties. And this is from this guy, Nikkei Asia, reported on Friday. So that's not good because the expansion plan is slowing down. So now this looks comparatively positive. That says why TSMC stock is a winner amid Trump tariff threats. What it means for Intel. Let's open it. So basically, it's from JP Morgan, and they are positive about TSMC's future. They're trying to make their case by saying that Taiwan Semiconductor has suffered this year amid worries about potential tariffs on semiconductor and the investment in the US. However, and that's important, they're saying, however, investors should be confident the chip manufacturer can thrive and will likely avoid being dragged into rescue plan for Intel, according to JP Morgan. So basically, they're trying to make their assessment between TSMC versus Intel. So they're saying that TSMC will not get impacted much in view of the Intel expansion plans, right? So that's their claim. But also they further went on to say that we believe that a reciprocal tariff on direct Taiwan imports in the US is unlikely to have much effect on TSMC given most of the exports are to other regions. The key impact would be if the US were to impose indirect tariff on semiconductors coming from Taiwan as a part of goods imported into the US. So that's a very good point. I like that. Scrolling down further to see anything else regarding NVIDIA and overall AI sector. So kind of about the same news if I scroll down. So nothing much. Okay, so that's all about latest news regarding Nvidia and overall AI sector. And that also concludes my analysis and assessment regarding Nvidia for next week. If I summarize today's video, and yes, next week could be another challenging week for Nvidia and overall market. And next week is also a very eventful week in terms of the overall economy and the AI sector. But the good thing is, in the near term, as Mr. Jansen Huang mentioned, no impact on Nvidia. Okay, so this means that in the next quarter earnings, Nvidia should be able to meet or exceed their numbers, and that should bump up Nvidia stock price. And also regarding my Nvidia and other stocks, I'm still holding it because I think that overall financial situation of Nvidia and other companies are still positive. And once this tariff things settles down, we'll see much larger recovery in the stock market. But the timing is uncertain. We don't know when this tariff things will settle down. I hope you like the video. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you more in the next video. Take care.